Hi, Idara. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
I'm very fine and I'm doing great. And you?
I'm fine too. You have an
Yeah.
accent. Are you Nigerian?
Yes. I am a Nigerian from Akwa Ibom State.
Oh, I was thinking maybe you're from like Kenya or something. Because you have like
No.
an accent.
Yeah, I'm from Akwa Ibom.
Oh, okay. This one nobody is joining today. Share
I
everybody
don't,
don't sleep off me.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. And today is Friday. Maybe some of them are on their way back from work. They will join. Or can we go back to the community and alert them at this time?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me go back.
Hi, Amzat. Hi, Miss Adeola. Please let's give people time to like 10 minutes after 5. If nobody joins, we'll probably just continue like that.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Amzat.
But don't you
I'm
guys are
fine.
back.
Hi, Favor. Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, Ma. Too. I'm not your ma.
Ma, you're my mama.
I'm not your ma. Oh, please. Miss Adeola is our ma. She's the one teaching us today.
Oh, good evening, Mama Deola.
Let's just give people three
Good
more
evening.
minutes.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mom. Okay. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to day 6. Yes, day 6 of our class. Gradually, we're wrapping up on the master class. I'm very sure we've learned a lot from day 1, day 2, and we're implementing what we learned already. I would like to believe. So some quick information before we go into the class. Stephanie said she's still like preparing the documents, the Notion file she wanted to share. So we should get that by weekend. Also, I think someone asked for her email or something for job. She said she's going to share her mail, right? And yeah, that's that. So when we are posting, please let's not forget to use the hashtag masterclass, hashtag Attack Africa. The founder has something, I think, for the most consistent person on Twitter also. So she's going to be on the lookout for that person. Today we are going to be learning on networking and building professional relationships. If you know Miss Adeola Olaleye, she doesn't really talk too much like that, but when she talks, she's very good at networking. She knows everybody, right? So, which better person to teach us on building professional relationships? If not her, I'm going to read her bio. She is a dynamic tech leader, software engineer by profession, and a techpreneur with almost a decade of experience in the tech space. That's massive. Currently, she serves as the Chief Operating Officer of Console Digital Limited, a company she founded to empower businesses through intelligent solutions and innovative digital services, and as a technical partner to other startups. With core enterprise in back-end development, she played a pivotal role in building Africa's leading cloud-based HR and payroll SaaS platform during her time at Seamless HR. Beyond engineering, Adeola is also a technical product manager who leads the development of a cutting-edge PropTech solution, Axel 234, aimed at transforming real estate operations. Her versatility reflects her ability to align technology with business goals to foster growth. A round of applause for Miss Olaleye Adeola as she takes the stage.
Hi guys, good evening. Thanks for that bar. Let me switch on my camera. Can you guys? Okay, I think I can see. I can see myself. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, is that Taufika?
Oh, it's messy though.
Okay, Taufika is not around.
Nah, she's not the one hosting.
Okay, so hello guys, good to see you all, and well done for this amazing platform for people to learn, most especially women. This is amazing, and I must commend the team that put this together. And thank you so much for having me on this call. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so we are going to be doing this. They said this workshop, right? So I'm going to try my best to be as simple as possible, right? So we are talking about networking and building professional relationship. And like they mentioned, my name is Adeola Olaleye, and love to be around women. Probably because when I was doing my growing up in my career, there was literally no so much of women. So any community that helps women, I really, really do respect it a lot because they are really, really doing an amazing job. Right. So just let's dive right into it. So networking and building professional relationship. So in today's professional world, I've come to realize that people uh mix up the terms relationship building and networking. They are often used interchangeably, but they are really different things, right? If you've network and then I think most of us we have relationship now. We have friends and all of that. You know is actually very, very different from you building a network, right? So in this section, we are going to explore the true meaning of relationship, peradventure professional relationship, and then building your network and the difference between the two. So these things are very, very important growing up in your career. And we are going to also talk about the strategies and then building professional relationship as well as maintaining it. It is not just about building, it is also about maintaining, right? Because if you just build something and you're not maintaining it, I've seen some people like they build house with millions of naira, and because it lacks maintenance, the house is in good shape again. So that is basically the same thing with relationship. So let's just dive right into what networking is. All right. So networking is building, I term it as building and nurturing mutually beneficial connection with people, right? You are primarily driven by, you are being broadened by your professionals network. You are doing this with the desire that you want to build your professional network They want to increase your visibility beyond, and let me say, beyond a specific industry. I'm a tech person and I'm trying to, increase my network to be able to know one or two other people in my network, right? Or beyond. Because it was before that I knew that, there's one thing I just got to discover not quite long, that I discovered it this year. It is not just about your industry. Other industry are very, very paramount as well, because you're not even just building for your industry. Most especially when you're working on, for instance, I have what's it called? We have a product in my company, as I told you before. The person that read my profile mentioned it. It's about real estate. So meaning I need network, I need connection in the real estate world. Am I into real estate? No. Do you understand? So it is not just about, your industry. Sometimes it goes round about your where other industry. For instance, let me use my case as example. I build cutting edge solution for my clients. I can assure you, let me say maybe 20%, or let me say 30% of my clients are actually into tech. All of them are in different industry. There was a time we built a solution for a microfinance organization. I needed to learn how microfinance organization work. I needed to learn how getting loan, doing all of those things. I needed to learn how it works. And how did I get to learn how to work? I needed to network with people that are in that field. Are they tech people? No, but it is my industry as a tech person. There are cases whereby you want to build accounting software. You have to network. Getting an accountant has really been a very good, bad experience this year, because part of our solution in Asset 234 also has accounting, finance module. I needed to have, in fact, before I could get somebody that can actually explain balance sheets to me. Do you understand? So networking is not only about your network, it is about it is not just about your industry. You can as well network outside your industry. So let's just put networking like, making new friends or connecting with people who can help your career now or in the future. Probably when I was in school there, maybe if I've networked with, because I went to Kwara State Polytechnic. I'm very proud of it. Sorry, I don't know why, but I'm always proud of it. Maybe because they produce something good, right? So I think we have networked with those accounting students and those that are in business administrative. Maybe some things will have been easier in my career right now. Do you understand? Because I think there was a time in my career as well. I was looking for a business administrator. I was looking for someone that is very okay. I was looking for someone that is very, very good with administration, business. Do you understand? So I think me, I probably make a good use of them, but then I'm always following tech guys, tech guys. Do you understand? Because I'm a tech woman. Do you understand? So imagine such. So networking is just like trying to make friends, connections with people that are going to help your career now or in the future. In most cases, you might not even know how they are going to help you now, right? But by the time you go, you will discover by the time you go, you will discover like, these people can actually help my career. Because most especially when you have dreams, most especially when you have a whole lot of things. I am not saying we are just going to make friends for making sake. I'm not saying we are just going to keep people that doesn't matter in our network. I'm not saying we are just going to keep people, because then in school I used to have some ladies, like, all they are always discussing is how they are going to get gold. Fine, if I want to be buying gold and probably be exchanging it, why not? I can network with them. But I really realized, like, do I really, you know, what they used to say doesn't work with me. So it's not like I'm saying like you should not be networking with everybody. Do you understand? Please don't quote me wrong. Okay. So networking is just like you getting to connect with people, connect with friends that you think like, oh, they are potential people that I can help, and they can as well help my career. So let's quickly do one exercise, and then that will be that. Let everybody drop. I'm sure. Okay, this is a community, right? And I'm sure most of us probably do not know ourselves on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and all of those things. So I would like us all to drop each how people can network with you, how people can get to know you in the chat box. So I'm going to start with mine. Let me send my LinkedIn on on this channel so that, yeah, just one or two click and then boom, I'm saying it. So let everybody drop how people can connect with them. You can connect with me. So I'm waiting for people here. So I'm waiting for others to drop. Okay, let me look for my X account. And then you can also connect with my company here. Let me send my company. Probably you have something to do with you have something to give to us to work on for you, because we build digital solutions. We help people to, we are like technical partners, right? What we do is like we support people that are building MVP. We support other startups. And I'm not saying like it's until you are a fintech before you are a startup. It might just be website that you want to build, right? We support all of those as well, right? So all of those kind of thing, you can always see us there. I'm waiting. I've not seen people drop their own. Let me send my company's profiles. Okay, okay, cool one, cool one. Let me send my company's profile. Okay, if you have Instagram as well, drop it. Let's connect. Okay, I think I like this. Make sure you connect. It's not like you're just dropping. I'm guilty right now because I'm not connected. I'm just dropping. But then I'm really going to connect with people as I'm dropping as well, right? So let's get to know ourselves. Okay, so that is my company. You can follow us on Instagram. So let me check. I think I have someone, Favor Ozum. Let me check her out. Don't worry, I don't want to call your full name so that it won't be like I murdered the name. Okay, let me look for somebody else to follow. Okay, Tosin. So this is one of the exercises, and we all must participate. My network is taking to forever before we're done. We are plenty on this call. Why is it like I'm just saying few names? Okay, my network is taking to forever to load, but then I'm going to connect with. Okay, yeah, I can see Treasure. Yeah, Treasure is very beautiful. I like this yellow top that I'm seeing here. Okay, so let me connect with Treasure. So let me connect with Favor as well. Oh, Favor is a content writer. Wow, cool. And then Favor is a graphic designer, a UI UX designer, which is cool as well. Uniloring. Okay. Now you see, I'm trying to connect and then I'm getting to know a bit of them. I can see like she's also Favor is also a web content writer, which is amazing. Anytime I need somebody like this, maybe I need a content writer or something, I can always come to Favor to just say hello to her, and then I can get, or probably if I need a presenter. You, and if I may ask, Treasure, being a presenter, what does presenter do you mean you host? If, oh, you are into mass communication, right? You are a mass communication student.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a mass communication graduate. I host
Oh, wow.
events.
You live in Illinois.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I wish you are in Lagos. I have one of our clients that is looking for a presenter to host our podcast
Oh.
in Lagos. Sorry. Obviously, if I have any other event, let's say probably I'm also a women technicals ambassador. And then most times, probably if you have an event, I'm always looking for somebody to host. I'm sure you can as well host. So that is part of it as well. Do you understand?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
and all of those things, you can probably be like, okay, I would like you to host and all of that. Do you understand? So that is how connection happens. It's as simple as that. right? And then there is one thing that I want us, I think I'm going to make mention of it as well. It is not just about, connecting with people that are ahead of you. You can as well connect with people that are also behind you. Do you understand? Because you don't even know because a little favor, it is when you are driving, when you've been inside traffic for about 5 hours, and then you get to your gate and you don't have to drop to open the gate. That is when you appreciate your gate man the most. When you are already stressed out that you cannot even stand up. The only thing that can make you to drop out of your car is to just enter your house, not to come down, open the gates, and go back to driving and close it. That is when you will know how important that person that is not to your standard is to you. Right. So let's dive into it. So we've done that. So connecting with people in the field that interest you can help you learn about the industry and open up opportunities for you. So I'm talking about our industry now. Let me share my story of how I met some of my friends. I'm a co-founder. I don't know if most of you know about Quara Build, but Quara Build is a tech community in Quara State, literally like the first tech community in Quara State, and the one that has the largest we have largest community members in North Central Africa. When we organize our event, it's always about 15 people attending. I happens to be one of the co-founder. And how did I do it? We are just six that we co-founded this, even though we have some of our friends, some of our co-organizers, we call them powerhouse. When we want to organize huge events, we always get them on board to help us. But when they are calling co-founder, you always see six of us. How did I top this list? Kamal Dimia, which happens to be the lead, which happens to be the founder, wasn't even my friend. It was a friend to a friend. And then where I was doing my internship, the friend, let me say like a colleague there, happens to be working with Kamal. Kamal was working on a project, but he doesn't know he doesn't know how to go about it. And he's always reaching out to my colleague. Right. So that my colleague, from there I get to know him, just talk and all of those things. From there we network. Anytime they organize meetups and all of that, I will go as well. And at the same time, because of that, my colleague that I know, because he knows some other people, I use his influence to know other people as well. Right. So knowing other people, when it was time for us to come, I don't even know them. So I was just so novice when I started my career. I never knew there is always big conferences that most of those guys, they've gone to Lagos to see how it works, and then they are open to bring something like that they are open to bring something like that to Kwara State, right? So it was when they were saying it, and then I now discovered so there is something like this. There is Devest, there is what they call Google developers, there is this, there are that, there is open source and all of those things from their conversation. And then I was called on board to also be part of those that want to co-found this. Excuse me. I was called on to also be part of it, and then okay, let's get this done. And I was invited to, funny enough, I don't know anything, but because I was connected to someone that is connected to all of them, and I showed interest, like I'm actually interested in them. Do you understand? And I was part of it. And that really, really opened me up to a whole lot, because I was given some assignments, being a woman as well. I was the only woman. I think we have three, but I was the most active. Because if you are networking as well in your career, it is not just about, just you being there. What are you giving to it? What are you giving to the network? What are you giving to the connection? I wasn't the only woman. I think we started with three, right? But I was always there. When they give me assignment, I will contribute. I will add value, because value is also very important when you're trying to network, when you're trying to build relationship. It's not just about the person you are building it with, it's also about you. It is two people in this relationship, right? So all of those things make them to spotlight me, give me responsibility. The responsibility opened me up. I became Women Tech Makers Ambassador. I became co-founder of Parabuild. I was called for different kind of talk. Me talking different places opened me up as well to see different kind of ways that I can actually expand myself and all of those things. I got to become co-organizer of Google Developers Group. Being on Google Developers Group, I get to meet other developers that are not just in Nigeria, outside the country as well, because Google Developers Group is actually a very wide community. Do you understand? Women tech makers ambassadors too is a very wide community, not just Africa, all over the world. Google developers, right? So with that, with just little knowing one friend, I know other friends that now opened us up, right? So what is relationship building? So relationship building is okay. Before I go to that, foundation of networking. A strong network is built on trust, shared value, and consistent interaction. Think of it as planting seed that grows into relationship over time. As a matter of fact, the story that I shared actually get all of this thing in there, right? Consistent interaction. I was always there sharing the values. I build trust. When they give me something, I get to give it back without me wasting time. Do you understand? And then this has led to mutual growth between all of us. Till now, if there is any opportunity, most especially when it is about women, you will see all of them calling me to it. And we've been here for more than 7 years. I think, let me just say 7 years that we've been in this Quara bit of a thing that actually opened up a whole lot of opportunities for all of us. I'm just saying my own side of the story. They also have their own side of the story to share, right? So relationship building is rooting in authenticity and intimacy, whereas networking may involve just superficial interaction. I just network with people. I might probably not follow it up. Okay, maybe when she posts, maybe I can like. When I post, she can comment. As a matter of fact, you commenting and even liking somebody that you want to network with makes the person to know like this person is with me. So when you send a DM, because when you what's it called? By the time I send a message, I upload something, you commented on it first time, second time. The third time, by the time you post as well, I will be like, this guy commented, let me comment on this too. And to some extent, by the time you send me a DM, I might probably be able to get to like, oh, you commented on my status recently. Do you understand? So relationship is rooted in authenticity and intimacy, and then talking is more superficial interaction. So when building a relationship, individual invest time and effort in getting to know each other on a deeper level. Why networking is just to focus on often like exchanging professional information and making connection for potential future benefits, right? So it is not just about networking, right? One of the leverage of networking is building a relationship with your network. Let me put that way. Fine, networking is very good. You can stay with it with just networking. But it is way, way better if you are able to build a relationship, especially professional relationship with that person that you just network with. Let me share a story of my head of sales currently that is working with us, is our head of sales at Consult. So he brings in all the sales and all of those things. I just went to go and see somebody. It wasn't my target. I went to go and see someone, but I took someone along to just go with me, right? And when I got there, he saw somebody, the person that I went with, and then he asked the guy, like, can he network with me? Can he speak with me? And the guy was like, I'm sure she's open to network. And then he came to speak with me, like, this man said he wants to speak with you. I said, no problem, he can come. And then from there, we had a conversation. He would like to offer my company something. As a matter of fact, I did not even follow up. We just exchange contact. But what I discovered is like he's always sending me message, hello, how are you, Adeola, blah, blah, blah. But there is one thing about we women. Most of us we will think like, okay, maybe this somebody wants something else aside network, aside business. But we have to leave all of those things out of our mind because this is business. So makes sense. I'm not saying there are some people that have sense. There are some that do not have sense. Right? But there are quite a number of them, like they know, like, okay, you are a professional. They always want to network with you based on business. And then we started talking, and then I discovered there is huge potential in working with this guy. And he has been working with me. Some of my friends will just, when they hear me speaking about him, they'll be like, this guy is just a blessing in disguise. I'm actually giving back, actually. He is my head of sales. Obviously, I'm going to pay my head of sales, right? So we are now doing much more than what he even introduced me to do. And that is partnership that myself and him. And then where I worked before as a backend engineer, I was a backend engineer for about 2.5 months at Seamless HR. Most of the people that I worked with, like I work, especially the engineers, one-on-one, all of them, they are my party. I can always call on them. In fact, there was a time I was having an issue with one of my products One of them is no longer in Seamless HR. He left before I did. He's in Germany. And he was willing to put his whole effort to make that thing work. Right? There is one of them as well. He was like, when I joined the meeting and then I told my team, like, I have 2 other people to join the team to work on this and that. They were like, Adeola don't get money for her to be able to get these seniors engineers to get on board. But the truth is, it is just relationship that I've built with them that makes me to be able to bring. I was just saying, like, hey, I don't employ my organs to work. Do you understand? And they did their part, even though most of them couldn't stay so long because of other engagement. But the little time that they spent with my team, all of them knew, like, I enter team. And I did not pay them anything. In fact, there was one I said I want to send him money for data. He said I shouldn't bother. Like, why am I sending? I should go and use it to go and pay my staff. Do you understand? So that is the level of building relationship. He was just a co-worker. I was just my colleague where we were both working before, and he even left before me. So there are some mistakes that people make when they are building professional relationship. Excuse me, guys. There are some mistakes that we make. Most of us, we believe that professional relationship can only happen with someone ahead of you. The person doesn't have to be ahead of you. I used to say something to people, be scared of, in fact, it's not just me, I think it's an adage. Don't be so scared of people that are ahead of you because you've seen what they can become. But be more scared of those that are coming behind you because you don't know where they can be tomorrow. So, and like I mentioned about the gate man, you've been stressed out on a gate man. Imagine you don't have a gate man. Everybody has their purpose. I don't know about graphics, but my graphics designer makes my life easier. I think being he or she is not there, how will I be able to do graphics and push my company out there? Right. So it is not just about networking with people ahead of you. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, that you shouldn't network with people that are ahead of you, but don't look down on networking with people that are behind you or those that are your colleague. Is very, very important. Networking can happen anywhere. There, number 2 point that people make mistake of building professional relationships with, they are only ready to take without having in their head that they can as well give something no matter how little. Don't just be somebody that is in relationship only to give. In fact, it's not only about professional relationship now, even in your normal relationship as friends. I have a guy, he's very sensitive when people come to him. He knows if you're only there for your own interest. And if you're only there for your own interest, he will not network with you. He will not, okay, let me say he's not going to network. He might exchange contact, but he's not going to be beyond that. Even if you send the message, it will be like you're only here for what you want. And if you give people that impression, it might be difficult for them to network with you. So no matter how little, it can just be like a sweet that you are going to give some people to win their hearts. So have it in your head, like you are not just coming here just to gain. You are also a mentor and a mentee relationship. Fine, the mentor is the one pouring out, but mentee as well should be able to pour into the mentor. Fine, you might not have something. As a matter of fact, you might have something new to teach your mentor. Your mentor might not know about Control V, but you know about Control V, and you've actually given your mentor something else to learn, right? So it is not just about you taking, it is about you also giving. Don't make that mistake. So some people believe that networking can only happen in a professional setting. It's not until you are on this call. It's not until you are, you went for an event. It is not when you networking can happen in traffic. It can happen in a bus. I met somebody on my way to Abuja. I did road trip. And the guy is a good pal. Now, if I need dollars and I don't have money to change to them, I always reach out to the person for us to connect. And then only knowing him, he has introduced me to several people like, Adeola is into IT, she's this, she's that, and all of those things. I don't think have I been able to return so much favor? Sorry, no, I have not been able to return any favor. But then I was able to network in the bus. Funny enough, you will be surprised, like the accidental networking, it's differently. because you don't even prepare for it. The ones you prepare for, they are the one that will just fall your hand, like be like, hey, we think this. But the ones that you did not, so what I'm just trying to say is like you should always, you don't have to look out for just one place for you to network. You can network anywhere. You can network in the supermarket. Go and ask people that are into relationship. Most of them they just jam and they call this love at first sight. So stuff like that can actually happen as professional relationship as well. Like the relationship that I made mention about my head of sales, it was accidental, and we are cool now. So let's quickly do some exercise. Oh, I have another meeting by 6. I hope we'll be able to finish before in 15 minutes. So check. Let's start with this. Take a moment and write down 5 people. If you can, let me say 5. Let's say about 2 or 5 people you interact with professionally, and categorize them, maybe mentors, colleagues, or collaborators. Reflect on how this relationship started and what value they are bringing to your life. So that's the first part. So the second part is like, what value have you added into their life? So I will start with my working on a project. Okay, I think I've mentioned it, like having two senior engineers jump on a project for me for free. They added to me. And how have I added to one or to them? The first one, which happens to be my colleague in Seamless HR, there was a time I discovered like he was really, really in need of something. Honestly, I did it as a surprise. I packaged it and then I sent it to him in his house. I just gave the project to somebody and someone went to go and give it to him. I think I've done something like that for him twice. And it's not relationship based, this thing. It's not like we are dating each other. So it's just on a professional ground. I used to always stand up for him and work, even though we even had argument that we fought, but we still make sure we kept that relationship. Right. The other person, which happens to be my second engineer that jumped, is actually my CTO now. I'm actually adding to him as much as he is also adding to me. Right. While we were in school, we knew each other when we were in school. We attended Kwara Poly together, right? And so many times that, I've come true for him as well. So there are so many cases whereby if I called him, even himself, and yeah, with that it's to rub even on the wife. Like if I call them like this, like I need your help, all of them are always ready to stand up and answer me. And that's because I've also poured into the relationship. So I don't know. Please, I would like one or two of us to speak about this. Have you categorized them? Have you seen someone that has added so much to you? If you see someone that has added so much to you, have you seen someone that you have also added so much to? And you can share your story as I am sharing mine. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'm waiting for someone that is going to share. I'm waiting for someone that's going to share. Okay, Favor, go ahead.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, Favor.
Okay, so I have categorized them not on paper but in my head because my
Okay.
brain is broad enough to yes, to accommodate anything. So, and there's one person that I think has added a lot to my life. The first time I met him was at a Web3 event.
Okay.
So basically then I didn't know anything about Web3, but I just had a little knowledge about writing from writing of stories and the rest before, but I didn't know how to bring it into Web3 and
Okay.
implement it. That was then. So when he came on, he on the show, he spoke about himself. His name is David Zoe. He spoke about himself. He spoke about how he was struggling in secondary school till the point that he was actually living off of his friend. Like he squatted with someone, he didn't have a phone or anything. To the
Mm.
point that one day he met a particular guy because
But
he and his friend used to do this dry cleaning work then. So since his friend was good in school, the friend would go to school and leave him to do all the work.
Okay.
So he would basically stay in the shop, and this particular guy liked his work specifically. So anytime the man comes, he will ask specifically for him to handle his shirts, his suits, and all those things. So one day the guy came and was like, I know you're squatting with someone, but why are you always the one doing the work alone? He now said that okay, this is how his life is. He has not been able to pull through school because he doesn't have enough funds and other things. So the man now said, okay, so do you want me to open a personal dry cleaning shop for you, like on your own? I'll put everything, all the machine, everything that you need because you do all my clothes so well. And the guy is like, so I see the different cars that you come with. I don't want a dry cleaning shop. I want to teach me what you know. So the man was like,
Mm.
do you have a phone? He said, "Sir, I don't have a phone, but I can get one." And it was that bad. He didn't have a phone. So he told the man that if you teach me, if you are just willing to teach me, forget about the other parts. I would put in my best. The man was like, okay, let's see how it goes. So some days later, the man reached out to him and was like, okay, he's ready. He has decided to take care of him, like put him through everything. So he begged his friend that he was squatting with. He told the guy that, please, when you're sleeping in the night, let me use your phone to work. So when his friend was sleeping in the night, he was up grinding with the guy's phone. Him and the man. He will use the guy's system in the night, use the guy's phone in the night. That was how he built himself. And then started doing airdrops. From airdrops, he started drafting threads and other things for the man. Before you know it, he became an ambassador. From being an internal ambassador for some projects, he became an external ambassador.
Wow.
He started chilling himself to top people in the space because sometimes this guy will leave the work for him since the guy trusts him that well. So he
Wait.
sold himself out
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. He's actually wise enough to,
to
keep
those
the.
people, and now he's actually rubbing shoulders with the person that brought him in. Yes, yes. So now he's
Can
like,
you imagine?
they're like mates in the same work. You understand? I can not that he doesn't have respect for the man, but he has enough respect for him, but the rank is almost the same right now. But every time he comes for an event, he never fails to tell people how that particular man actually helped him. So when I met him, I told him that, sir, someone gave you an opportunity. Me, I also want that opportunity. So I want to know you. I want to not just start working for you. I want to know your wife because he's married. I want to know everything about you. If it's possible to call your family friend, I'll be call your family friend. He would warn me. Each and every Web3 event that I hear that he's coming, I will go there. And each time I see him, I'll tell him, sir, I'm still waiting for you to teach me. Oh. So gradually he brought me into this space, and from him I've gotten like 2 certificates for community management, writing. I volunteer for
Wow.
any event that he's hosting. I volunteer to write and like shill it out there, all the coordination and everything. So it has been very, very, it was stressful. Oh. I had to chase this man for months before he was able to let me in. Okay, so now that's basically it. That's one person I know of for now in my career. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. That's insightful from the person how we got to know himself and then how we get to know that person and then to you as well. That is very, very insightful. And one thing I can see there is an intentional connection. Like even though you've been seeing this person, number one thing is you are intentional, and number two is like you actually know you know what you want, right? So not making any opportunity to just pass you by. I'm sure the person knows that probably one thing I derive from that as well is like the guy knows maybe he's not just working as a what's it called? He's not just working as a dry cleaner to become somebody that owns a dry cleaning shop. Obviously he probably has some other vision aside that, but if it is somebody that is probably going through like okay what his dream is about is owning a shop, I can assure you probably the person will have picked, maybe he also wants to, he should open the shop. But the fact that the person knows like, okay, this is not where he is going, he actually has a better future than just being a dry cleaner. And with that, he's able to make a good decision for himself. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Favor, for sharing. We won't be able to take any other one, right? Probably you, but you can just drop it in the chat if you want to as well share your experience. So let's just go to types of networking. We all know we have professional networking, and then we have social media, social networking, family and friends. It was before I never knew what family is. I never knew what friends is. As time goes by, as we grow, I discover like family is literally everything. And then when you have friends that are very, very supportive, they are really, really amazing. I have someone that is always jealous of my circle of friends. Funny enough, most of them are guys. To be to like seriously. But it was like, ah, your friends are they are authentic friends. It took me time to make friends, but once I make it, I know like, oh, this person is actually somebody that I would like to be a friend with. And I used to follow up friendship. Right? I never knew how to before I learned it. So it's not everything that you will know. There are cases whereby you have to learn it. There is room for learning. No matter, in fact, there is room to learn how to make it. There is room to learn how to put water on fire. Right. So learning never expires. It's not only about your career, you learn about your social life and your professional life as well. Right. Professional networking is your colleagues, it can be in your industry, and all of, excuse me. So professional networking can be your colleague, it can be in your industry or anywhere that you find yourself, right? So many of us don't know how to make friends. For my in my case too, I really don't know how to make friends. But we can hide under professional networking to cover up for us. That is why almost all my friends are the same time my professional network. Sometimes just ask me for something, I will know one or two, especially in the tech industry. Oh. I'm not talking about, I was looking for business administrative, but I was so concerned about my industry. If you ask me, like, we want to do something today, I will know somebody to call. And the person will respond to me. That's the most funniest part, because it is not just that you have been giving it, you have been collecting from them, you have also given to them. You need a motion graphic designer, I will get it for you. You need this, you need, I mean, like, cardializing everybody that you know, right? You need a content, and most of them are even seniors. The ones that I'm going to give to you, right? They are seniors. The only thing is, like, I think I really do not have more junior, like the ones that are not up to the standard of, like, maybe. But now I've started networking with also people that, that they are not up to my age and all of those things, because they are also very, very important when you're growing up, right? So, but okay, yeah, I said I don't know how to make friends, but I started building my female relationship, I think last year. People praise the Lord for me. So I started building my female relationship, right? It was really very worse, right? In fact, so my sisters used to say, it's like, it's men that will dance after you when you are getting married. Or maybe all of them, they will just put on best ladies stuff, and then they were all going to dance after me. I mean, my sisters, right? So I started building my female friendship as well. And then I started with Women Tech Makers Ambassador. In the team, I think there was a time we were on call. I saw like people are just dropping comments, hey, let's connect. And then I did mine too, and I connected. There's one of them, Yvonne. She has always been an amazing friend, even though it's not like we talk every day, every now. That reminds me, I think I need to check on her. Right, this is when I'm back in Lagos. So, but anytime we connect. I can call on Yvonne now. She's also a founder, and then she's also a very amazing woman in tech. I can call her now. She owns something like tech, this tech as well. I think she called her own girl something like that. If I call Yvonne tomorrow, even though we don't connect, we don't talk every day, if I call her tomorrow that we need her to speak on something, she's not going to look back. I have phone care, I have a whole lot of them. With that, I get to, connect with every other people that are female, even though I'm still trying to, get to find a way around it. But it is very, very important. Every relationship matters, and the way you pick it. And then there are some importance of networking and connecting. it brings about opportunities. You get access to resources, you get job opportunity. There was a time somebody, one of my friend, female friend as well, she introduced me to a job offer, even though I'm not interested. She still pushed it to me. Collaborations as well. You're able to collaborate. I can't count numbers of collaboration that I've done, and I'm still going to do another one even before the end of this year, God's willing, right? Career development and then partnership. There are a whole lot of these that can open up to you by the time you network, by the time to connect reasonably, right? Because there is a whole lot of quotes in reasonably, like you're not just networking for networking's sake. You have a, I think I'm going to get to that part of how you can network. So knowledge sharing as well. One of my friends, I think I just called him, I don't know, if I need anything now, or maybe I'm stuck somewhere, I can call any of my friends. There was a time I was under mentorship of one of them. He's my friend or he's my party, but I think I was going the wrong way, because there are some cases, no matter how good you think you are, there'll be a time whereby you'll be like, oh, are you sure I'm doing well? Are you sure this is thing? Everybody has that imposter syndrome, I must tell you. And I called him then. His name is Harios. You can check him online. He's a very good friend. I called him, and then for about 1 month, I was his mentee. He will ask me to do this every day. He asked me to call him maybe once in a while and all of those things, right? So like that, we became knowledge sharing as well. There was one of them. There was this program going on in Morocco. He just shared it with me, like he would like me to register as well. Like two of us has already registered for us to go there. So you have support system, guidance and encouragement for peers and mentors, right? So you will be able to have access to mentors, you have access to peers and all of those things. So visibility, it establish your visibility as well, especially even when they are trying to probably post some things, they can post you as a friend, and then it's not just you being friend that you are just on your own as well. You're actually reciprocating. It's not just about them. So let me just give you a step-to-step guide on how you can network. So defining your networking goals. What are your goals? Why are you networking? Understand you are networking. I used to say something. There is nothing that you are doing. If there is no reason for you to do it, you might not be able to find the right way or the right thing to do about it. Right? If there is no reason for something, you might not really appreciate it. So, like, I want to connect with an experienced developers who specialize in AI, and I want to learn about emerging trends, right? You can network. Fine, it might not be easy because you might not be able to get, maybe it's Adeola that you want to be able to network with, but you're unable to get Adeola. But favor is there. You can network with favor. Funny enough, by the time you network with favor, you might be able to network with Adeola by networking with favor, right? So identify the right platform. Choose the best place you meet to meet people, the people you need in your network, where you don't want to network with me like you want to see me, and you see me, and where can I say that you might not see me? Huh? I used to want to go to club one of these days, but no, because I know they try. But you're okay. Let's say you want to network with me and you're going to mosque. I'm not a Muslim. You can't see me there. Don't let me say club, because if they ask me like, especially this dirty December, I wish to go out, even though I've not stepped out. I called one friend yesterday that I want to go for a program in Lagos today. They called me like they are all getting to meet themselves by 4 p.m. See me in front of my system now. I have another meeting till 7. Right? So, but then like, okay, this is how you can meet her. Then you can go and meet her where you think she is going to be, right? Identifying the right platform where you want to meet people. There are some people, they are very cool with LinkedIn. You can always get them on LinkedIn. There are some people you can get them on Twitter. Do you understand? In as much as like, this is what you want. And then please and please, when you're networking, when you're trying to meet people, don't come to the DM and just say hi, hello. Professionals are not going to respond to you. It's only by the grace of God, maybe I just feel like maybe chatting with someone, that is when I'm going to respond. Hello, my name is Adeola, and I would like to network with you. I've heard a lot about you, and this is what I do, and I would like to know better, blah, blah, blah. I don't mind if we can have a conversation. Go straight to your point. You don't have to say hi, and I say hello before you now give me how are you doing? You don't, who are you to ask me, how am I doing? Please, I'm having a bad day already. Don't ask my bad day. So prepare your elevator speech. How do you want to introduce yourself? Introduce yourself concisely and be memorably, right? Hi, my name is Adeola. You might not only have, you might just probably have, especially those that are ahead of you, you might only have just 30 seconds to meet them. That 30 seconds, how can you introduce yourself to convince them to be able to network with you? And one of the things to network with you, you are able to probably get their contact or something, or they are able to give you like, okay, send me a DM, I'm going to respond. So you should be swift and all of those things, right? So start conversation effectively. Approach people with confidence and openness that invite dialogue. Like what I mentioned. Hi, hello, how are you doing? Fine. My name is Adia. Start with something very awesome. If you structure things very well, those that structure yourself, they are taking days before getting response to, not to talk of somebody that is not being responded to. And I'm not saying that now, well, you might be lucky, maybe Funke Akindele, there is one that she's one person that I really want to have conversation with, like as much as I can. I really, really wish to have conversation. But I know it's going to take time. But I'm sure there's going to be a time where I'm going to have the ability to have conversation with her. Right. So how am I going to pitch myself? How am I going to approach her? Do you understand? So all of those things matters a lot. Right. So listen actively. It is not just about you, it is about two people. It's not just about you talking. There's somebody that I made friend with because I saw the way he listened. He's a good listener, and now we are partners. He's the one that owns that we had partnered with, working on a podcast studio in Lagos, which gives me more excitement doing podcast. That was when I knew, and the only thing that got me attracted was the fact that I discovered he's a good listener, right? So exchange contact information. You might not really have to exchange contact information. You might not be chanced to, because some people, we, some extent, we don't give out numbers again, right? Because some people will just be in your DM and just be. In fact, I blocked somebody recently, right? I will still block another one by the end of this week. If the guy should send me another hi, right? So there are cases whereby you don't do that, but you can always get them on LinkedIn as a professional, on Twitter as well, especially tech people. You know, they do DMs on Twitter, Instagram as well can as well work very well. Do you understand? So, you know, you don't have to get their phone number. By the time the conversation sweeten them themselves on your Instagram or on Twitter, they will give their contact information. But don't be too quick to be like, can I have? Some people will still be specific. They will say they want their WhatsApp so that they can be checking their status and be like, awesome, lovely. Okay, so follow up promptly and stay in touch. Guys, please give me 1 minute because my other meeting has started. Let me just address and come back here. Give me 1 minute. Hi guys, sorry please. Okay, so follow up and stay in touch. You don't have to, when I'm saying follow up, you don't have to probably be like, I'm following up on the thing that I ask you. You can just be like, you're just checking on them. As a matter of fact, you can actually be a savior of somebody's day that day. You can just be like, just checking on you, and then, you know, maybe the person is having a bad day, and then you just checking on the person, actually lifting up the person's spirit, right? So stay in touch, especially those that you think like, oh, there are actually some people that you really wish to connect with. There was one of my guys, yeah, there was one of them that was in touch. He's a very good friend as well. We met at one Twitter space. Yeah, we met at one Twitter space, and then since then we've been talking, connecting, talk about work. And then when he lost every of his work, he told me that he lost his job. Right, he lost his job, and he has like, anytime we see work, oh, do you know I've forgotten this guy completely? And then I was onboarding two front end engineers. That week, the second day I was about to send contract to one engineer, one front end engineer. And then the guy just sent me a message that night. Hi, Adeola, blah, blah, blah. I'm just checking on you. I was like, oh my God, I've forgotten that you are looking for work. Because he's a very good friend, I removed the guy that I want to I want to onboard, and I put his name. I said, "Are you ready for this? Just send me your CV. Let me get it to my head of engineer. If you think it's cool, I removed them." The privilege he enjoyed is the fact that he is a friend that I've built professional relationship with. He was able to follow up and stay in touch, and that got him the job. Right. So there are cases like that as well. You don't know what can happen the next move that you want to do. So quick exercise, quickly reach out to one of your network that you are sure is a big deal for you, but you have never followed up with in a long time. Swiftly, let's do that. Let's do that. It can be people that you've probably been in hackathon together. You can just be like, hey, I'm just checking on you. That reminds me, I'm going to do mine as well. So let me message the lady Ovong that I said I want to add. Okay. Hello guys, can you hear me? So sorry, please. Can you guys hear me? Okay, sorry. The other call I have was disturbing, but so have we sent message to one or two people? So I want to send message to somebody too. I'm really sorry for not responding on time. Okay, so I said I want to send message to a friend as well. In fact, we can even use the reason of the season to send message. I'm just checking on you. Hope your Christmas is going well. But don't send it to somebody that you've been billing 2K, 2K. The person will not want to respond. Okay. So I've any as Precious, Janet, Queen, Idara. Have you guys sent message to someone? Evan, how are you doing? Evan is not going. I don't know what happened. My network isn't good. Okay. Has anybody else dropped anybody sent message to someone? I've dropped my I sent message to Yvonne. So hopefully I'm able to probably just go on a dinner or a date with her this time this December. Okay. So Mariam, who have you sent message to?
I'm still composing the message. I've not sent it yet
Wait, you
because
don't
it's
have
been
to make
long. It's been long. I reach out to them, so you don't have to make it now.
okay, Queen Esther, who have you sent message to? Queen Esther, who have you sent message to? Precious, who have you sent message to? Attack Africa, have you sent message to someone? And if I'm the one to, you can send message to me. Oh, I don't mind. Okay, so our time is fast spent. You will not give me time. We can be here till 7. Oh. Okay, so let me just rush through what I have, the remaining thing that I have here. So do follow up is actually very important. Send message to, it doesn't have to be just one person. You can do that tonight, right? Use tonight to send message to to at least one person that you think you need to follow up with that can be of help in your career that you've actually not followed up with in a long time. It can be on LinkedIn, it can be on Twitter. It doesn't have to be like you have their contact. I love it when people check up on me, honestly. I love when people just be like, I just want to say hello to you. And I'm not the only one. I want to believe I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people out there that can love it. So some people can be so bitter, but then I can assure you, like 80% of people love something like that. All right. So tips to building strong professional relationship: be genuine and authentic. People can usually tell when somebody is being insincere or only interested in what they want to get in the relationship. That was what I told you about this a friend that he has this discern. He would just know, like, and when he tell you that this guy doesn't have they we discuss people, and I'm sure you also discuss it. Ele, doesn't have anything to add to you, that he just wants to a whole lot of things like that. Do you understand? And don't look down on people actually. You might think they probably do not have something to offer, and they can actually have something to offer. So instead of focus on building genuine connections and friendship, they will help you establish trust and respect, which are essential for building a very strong relationship. Focus on not just receiving but giving. That's my second point, the tips. When you meet someone new, try to think about how you can help them as well. Maybe you can introduce them to someone in your network who can help them with a particular challenge. It doesn't have to be like you are the one offering a you're offering something. I'm really sorry for all these distractions that you people are going through on my this thing. I'm really sorry, right? So focus on not just receiving but giving as well. So invest time in the relationship, building trust by spending time and effort on the connection. Let me give you an example of one of my clients as well. Her name is Kene. I just learned about what she does. She's a podcast presenter. She has a podcast. Relationship is love is a game. Yeah. And I just fine, she's rich, right? No doubt. She's rich. But we discover like all the guests that she brought on board to interview, they are people that, they are people with class. The person of Big Brother Niger people, Mercy has been on our Mercy, that the one that won Big Brother Niger, this thing has been on our show. Bella of Shegzi. I don't know if any one of you knows all of those things. So in short, she used to bring people that and when they are on the show, the way they used to relate is very, very, it's as if they know themselves before that show. We now discover like anytime Kene is on somebody, she will create a relationship between them before inviting them to their show. So that she doesn't, number one, she won't have to pay them to come to the show, because we have another client that used to pay people to come to the show. She will pay those big artists, most of them, those celebrities, most of them receive money, but she gets to bring them without paying anything. What she does is like she take them out on a date. They have conversation as girls. You're like, hey, hey, hey. Do you understand? She has built that relationship. So when she called them like this, like, Pim, I want you to be on my show, they will come. That is how she has been getting them. Because I would just see them on the show, they will even be doing TikTok together. I'll be like, how is this girl getting them? And that has actually made our YouTube channel to grow massively because she brings people that has a whole lot of influence on people on the show. I'm not saying like me, I don't have money to probably get what's it called? Mercy to go out on a dinner with her and all of those things. But what I'm trying to say is like she puts in her best. She puts in effort for her to, she gives something for her to be able to. You can also come up with your own strategy just to be with people around you. It can probably be like, Adeola, I want to do your graphic design for free. I'm not going to collect money. I'm not saying you come and offer free service to me, but that's actually another strategy. But I really, really do love our strategy. It's actually awesome, right? And that is cool. So deliver on your promises. If you say you want to do this, let us see you do it, and then you deliver it actually. Please, guys, give me one. Sorry, guys. So, overcoming challenges. So, there are some of us that we actually have challenges with networking. We have challenges with relationship and all of those things. Especially some people are shy. I think there was a time during a conference somebody gave an example, said something like, "He's always very shy when it comes to networking." And there is this one tip that me I used to give everybody: if you go for a conference, you don't know how to network. If I thought you don't know how to network with everybody, find the courage, no matter how shy you are, find the courage to be able to network with the most active person in the room. Once you're able to network with one active person in the room, the person, when you are talking to the person, you just be like, what's up? What do you do? When you are talking to the person, make sure like he's actually in a central or something whereby other people are going to come. You see another person will come and meet me. How far my guy? Kiniko. So that place, you might probably introduce you like, meet this guy. He's into this. On that same spot, another person will come like, meet my guy. From there, you are meeting one guy to another guy, and everybody become your guy as well. So that is actually a very good strategy when you go for network for events and then you don't want to network, right? So and then for introverts, you can start with one-on-one conversation in a quieter settings. Probably just sit with someone and then you can start the conversation. So you can as well start with small groups. For instance, at Tech Africa, you can probably just drop something like probably level those network. I've done something like that before whereby I just network with the person in the DM. I don't really think I was able to follow up, but then conversation can start with that as well. By doing even commenting on somebody's message on Twitter, on social media can actually start another networking, right? So some people actually also lack opportunities, right? So, but always seek out for virtual events or join online communities. It can also help you so that you can have the opportunity to meet with people. Because if you are just alone and you are just in your own what's it called? You are just in your own zone. You might not be able to network. You might not have the opportunity. But if what you can do is just virtual events like this, online communities, then you can always have the opportunity to connect. So maintaining connection as well. Some people doesn't really find it difficult, but if you are excuse me, if you are intentional about connection, you can use reminder to check in periodically. You can set a reminder like today I want to use it to reach out to everybody. I used to do that. I'll put it on my to-do, the people I want to call, and I'm going to call them. I'll set it out that this is part of my to-do, and I used to do it. I will make sure I call all of them. If I couldn't finish calling them today, I will continue tomorrow. Right. So you can do that periodically. Before going for the tech conferences that we did, about two tech conferences, I was on call for almost about one hour with two of my friends. Right. And it was really an amazing one. So that they won't feel like I've forgotten them. So What? Okay, I think I've mentioned this about the engineers that reached out to me, and then I was able to give him the job straight up. So rejection. Some people are afraid of rejection. Many people feel nervous about networking because of rejection. Like you might think like, what if I get rejected? Why not you think like, what if I'm accepted and not rejected? Or what if I don't know what to say? Right? As a matter of fact, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. So you have to learn to speak up. You have to learn what to say. You have to be able to say something. Right? Everybody learn at. In fact, I'm a shy girl growing up. I am very, very shy. When boys are passing like this, like when boys are passing like this, I can go and pass another street that is longer because I don't even want to pass beside them. I'm that shy because I can't contain anybody, talking to me because I can't talk. When I was in my GSS 1, because I'm a very quiet person, I was being nominated to be class rep. Do you know I started crying because I do not know how to speak to the class till I leave that school. Even class assistant class rep, it did not smell like it did not reach my nose like this. I did not smell it because that thing that I did during my GSS 1, when they wanted to put me on board, that actually affected me throughout my secondary school. So anything prefect or anything, they did not bring it to my table, which was actually one of the things I regret in my secondary school. If it is not now, now I mean go lead everybody. Do you understand? So, but then we grow every day. Make sure you learn how to speak up, right? So remember, networking is not about perfection. You don't have to be perfect. It's about showing genuine interest in others. It is not just genuine interest that they want to give you something, but also you have something to give as well. And do not forget to build up yourself to someone that someone else will be interested in networking with and building a relationship with. Find it a gradual process, right? Your level is not bad. It can be your level, but the only thing that makes it bad is you remaining on that level, right? So learn to also build up yourself. Try to build up yourself so that you can also be somebody that people will be like, hey, I would like to meet you. I would like to do this. And you're good to go. So I think that will be all from my hand. Do I have any question? Oh, yes, you can. Yes, Taiwo, you can connect with me. I'm Adeola Olaleye on all social media platforms. Do I have any question? Attack Africa.
Nobody has a question. Okay. It means we all understood what you said today. Thank you so much, Miss Adeola, for the class. Thank you everybody for joining. Don't forget to follow her on our social media. We'll drop the link on the group chat. Uh, have a wonderful day. See you in the final class tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me and have a great weekend.